We're live.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of Wednesday, July 2nd to order at 9:03 a.m. I'll ask for roll call.
Councillor Collins? Absent. Councillor Florent? Here. Councillor Kuyak?
Here.
Councillor Pigeon? Here. Councillor Rodnick? Here. Councillor Sidoc?
Here.
Mayor LaValle?
Here. Thank you. I'll do the land acknowledgement now. We acknowledge that we are gathered on the unceded traditional territory of the Algonquin people, specifically the Madawaska people of the Madawaska River. We further acknowledge that the Algonquin people have been stewards of this land since time immemorial, and we strive to treat the land along with the flora and fauna it supports, the people, their customs and traditions with honor and respect. Today, this home is area to people of all walks of life, and we acknowledge the shared opportunities and responsibilities to live, work, and survive within this beautiful territory. Shimmick all my relations. Are there any additions or amendments to the agenda today that anyone would like to add? Seeing none, I will ask for
Sandra's,
sorry.
pardon me, Sandra's trying to zoom in, apparently she's having some issues.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
okay. So then I will ask for an adoption of the agenda. Move on to seconder, please. I'll move. Council Kuyak, Council Rodney.
Sorry, I'm just trying to send, I'm just resending the email to Councillor Collins.
So Brian's helping today. Tracy's on vacation. Okay.
My apologies, I've resent the link to her in case she's got a problem with the link she received. That Council of the Corporation of the Township of South Algonquin adopts the agenda as circulated for the regular council meeting on July 2nd, 2025.
Been duly moved to second and discussion. Seeing none, all in favor. Opposed is carried. Is there anyone that would like to disclose a pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Okay, seeing none. We don't have any delegations today. Ask for moving a seconder for the adoption of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll move.
Council Sidoff,
I'll second it.
Council Florent.
That the Council of Corporation of the Township of South Algonquin adopts the minutes of the regular council meeting of June the 4th, 2025 as circulated.
It's been duly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor? Opposed, it's carried. She's still trying. Okay, I'll ask for a mover to adopt the minutes of the Asset Management Committee meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Council Florent.
I'll second.
Council Kuyak.
That the Council of the Corporation of the Township of South Algonquin adopts the minutes of the Asset Management Committee meeting of June the 18th, 2025 as circulated.
Duly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed, it's carried. I'll ask for a mover and a seconder to adopt the minutes of the Economic Development Committee meeting. Oh, sorry. Council Pigeon, sorry. Council Kuyak.
That the Council of the Corporation of the Township of South Algonquin adopts the minutes of the Economic Development Committee meeting of June the 18th, 2025 as circulated.
Been duly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed, it's carried. That's all the motions right now, so I'll move then to committee staff and council reports. Committee reports, and which one is up first? Let
The
you go.
Madawaska one.
Yeah, okay, Joel, can you go ahead, Councilor?
I'm just trying to refresh my brain a little bit. I don't see anything here that needs to be addressed other than, our Canada Day yesterday was, very successful. I don't think there was a tally on the people because people come and go, but they sold more burgers and more hot dogs than they ever had before. Which is surprising for a Tuesday, because we kind of planned on having less people coming. There was actually more.
There was a hungry bunch.
Yeah, I guess so. And I also want to give a shout out to our fire department for looking after the fireworks last night. They did a great job. Everybody was oohing and on. It was Canada's money that we spent for the fireworks, but I think it was well spent.
Great, yes. Okay, thanks, Councillor Floyd. Councillor Quinn?
Just the minutes from June 3rd were, included in the package. And, we continue to plan ahead. We just had our, cornhole tournament, Canada Day event, and, although very windy, the rain held off. We did, I'm not sure our general tally, but I think, all was good, and certainly the fireworks last night, if we didn't see them here, they were very nice, and we pulled in beside some tourists, and even they were commenting on how good they were, although, you know, they didn't last long, but
20 minutes.
yeah, it was
That was ours too, but.
definitely great, and I do believe a gentleman from the community also contributed to the fund, so we actually were able to get a little more out of it. Very nice, and like you said, Canada's money was well spent. I think we're having a committee meeting, I know we are next week, so we'll continue on with September's. I think we're pretty quiet now for the next couple months.
Any questions for Councillor Floyd or Councillor Quinn?
No, and also the fire department
Yes,
should be thanked for doing their job.
Yeah.
Setting off fireworks, and
They did
so
well.
it was very well done.
Yes, I just want to echo what Councillor Floyd and Councillor Quinn said. They were well attended, and there was good community spirit, and people were happy, and I know that people were commenting how good it was, and I thought the fireworks, the ending of Canada Day was really, really well done, and
Mhm.
so, yes, kudos and thank you to everyone that's been involved, a lot of volunteers and a recreation committee, and yourself, Joan and Joe, and our fire department. No, it's not an easy job putting them all together, I'm sure, and
I
yeah,
think they have fun.
yeah, so it's great for people to get out and
Yeah.
have fun. So thank you. Anyone else?
I do have a few things.
Go ahead. Councillor.
I would, just like, it is belated, but I think it's worth mentioning, Angela Pollock, also received the King Charles III Coordination Medal for her leadership in accessibility and inclusive innovation. She continues to lead and advocate for that provincially, so well done, Angela. The other thing that was brought forward, was, finding used syringes and sharps within our bathroom, outhouses. So I did reach out to Brentford County Public Health Unit regarding safe needle handling, and I know they also reached out to Brian. Learned a few things myself in regards to how to dispose of them, so hopefully education will be coming up forth for staff, particularly Adam, who does most of the custodial jobs. I don't know if there was anything else to add, that we talked about safe needle boxes for dispensing, and if we put them in, what they used, and we came down to at least just starting off this venture with education.
Just to add to that, real quick, I was in contact with medical officer of health, and my understanding was that there was someone going to come into the township to talk about get rid of these, yeah, the safe disposal of these,
Yes.
so I guess we're waiting for someone to get back
That's great.
to us, which is good, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
we're not alone. There's a lot of, places that have tried different things, but I think if we started putting, the boxes, needle dispensing boxes for disposal in our outhouses, et cetera, they just be ripped off the wall and vandalized. And plus, then you're expecting that individual that is using to actually put it in that box, so hard to say what the best plan is, but definitely we need to think of our workers.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And anyone, anything else, Council Queer?
No, probably. Don't laugh. Just, I guess this would be more underneath, unfinished business, but I'll continue on. We talked about, doing a delegation to the AMO, to the Ministry of Natural Resources, for release of land or how to do that. And I think through conversation was decided that we wouldn't, that you have been in contact with his office, et cetera. But I guess my question would be, should we be looking at potential crown land that we would be interested in within our communities and to devise a plan, I guess, is my thought.
Well, the reason we didn't do a delegation at AMO was because the minister's office has reached back out
Right,
to me.
Yeah.
And said that at this point in time, anything if we feel we have a piece of land that we would like, that's crown land to do housing, which we don't have a plan yet, is to be in touch with the office in Bangkok, and that the minister's office would also contact them to let them know that we would be reaching out. So, my sense is we haven't reached out to them yet because we don't know which parts of crown land we may want for housing. I'm a little doubtful at this point. I'm just being very honest with members of council. I don't mind going down that road. I think we should go down that road. But I'm also feeling that with a land claim going on, that is going to be difficult and not really easy to get crown land. But I think the argument should be made that we do need housing here. And that somewhere, somehow we have to find a way to do it. So the minister's office has reached back, which I didn't expect right away. So that's kind of where it's at.
would it be worth our while to start looking at planning or? I mean, I guess if we're going to try to get housing in here, we have to figure out where that should go and what type of housing.
Right.
And start that and then find the land, and if it means going to the minister, then that to me is just the logical step. At this point, we're saying, well, we don't have any land, but we haven't really looked as a council or township.
We actually have an official plan that we come over with too, right?
Yeah.
And it designated areas in which we want to expand, so part of the plan is already in place. It's just getting the money down to what kind of pricing are they gonna put on land they try to sell to us?
Right.
Because they're not gonna give it to us.
Point taken, and we'll investigate further, but I'm just trying to say
Yeah,
that's kind of
I
where it's
I
at,
understand
right?
where
It's
you
not
are.
like we've forgotten about it. But the other thing we have to remember, we don't have anyone in here that, other than our CEO, that we can put to say, now look at housing. I think what council should be thinking about is maybe putting together not a committee per se, but a way that we can get some funding to help even develop a plan for housing. That's where I think we should go. Council Floor, and I apologize.
Wouldn't the very first step be, as a municipality, to try to put pressure on all the parties in the negotiation to get on with the land claim? You know, right, I think for the most part, municipalities are just sitting back waiting for it to happen, but why don't we take the lead and put pressure on Algonquins of Ontario, Algonquins of Pikwakanagan, the province of Ontario, and the federal government to get on with it, get it done. You know, we'd all be far better off. If
It's only
it
been
was
25
completed.
years or more. Yeah.
It's
I agree.
it's been over 30 years now.
Yeah,
Like, and it's put everything at a standstill. I don't know what the holdup is, like that, I don't know if it's one party dragging its feet, or if it's all parties dragging their feet.
we don't get any information on the negotiations.
I know, as a
So that's the
municipality,
other-
we're in
That's
the
the other
dark.
frustrating part. Is
I
nothing
was-
can be said.
10 years ago, 15 years ago, whenever they decided to involve the municipalities and get their take on it, it wasn't getting their take, it was showing you where they were. And for the most part, I was disgusted by the process and disgusted by the knowledge of the government people involved. They were involved just because it was an easy ride, and some people spent their whole careers in that negotiation. They entered there as their first job, I'm speaking specifically of the Ministry of Natural Resources. Entered into the workforce in that job and retired, still doing the same thing. 25 years later and never accomplished anything at all. It was absolutely disgusting, some of those information sessions. The one that was down just south of Bancroft, near Bow Lake, that was one of the worst ones. You set up booths and did nothing.
Well, I'm not gonna to discuss how the land claim process is working. I just think that, they have a process in place. They are under no obligation to tell us anything. And, I don't know, it's up to council if you want to pass it. Go to, send it out to say, you know, can you please let us know what's going on with negotiations, or can you speed up the process? Why do you need a resolution?
I don't care, like, they're not gonna consult with the municipalities, they never have yet. They should have from the start, it would have been settled by now, I think. But, you know, if everybody sits back and just waits for it to happen, we may wait another 30 years.
Well, I won't be at this table in 30 years, I can tell you that much, but anyway.
I do agree with you, though. I think maybe we do need to start to look and sort of, we have all the information from DSAB in regards to what type of housing, and make a decision so that, and then go from there to say where and what, so that if by some miracle, developer comes and says, hey, I'd love to, you know, build an apartment building or a complex, we would say, great, here it is, you know, this is what we need and this is where we should go. Anyways, those are my two
The
cents.
municipality that has maybe 10 or 15% of their land base as crown maybe doesn't have much interest, but we have 85%. It's
Yeah.
huge, like it's probably the biggest factor controlling the future of our township.
And we're not looking for all of it, we're looking for just a little piece of it.
We just wanted to get on so we can deal with somebody. Right now, there's nobody to deal with.
Well, between both provincial government and federal government, you would think with the housing crisis happening, that they would be more willing to work with the municipalities, right? You'd think. Because we have a housing crisis here and we got no place to build houses, we wanna build houses, but we got no place to put them. But you do. So there we go, so.
What do you think? Could you do something right?
Yeah, I know, but anyhow, yes, the provincial government and the federal government should absolutely be pressured.
I'm not 100% convinced that we have a housing crisis. We have a living crisis, but you drive around our communities at night and count the houses that there's no lights on, that there's, nobody lives there. Like, we got a lot of houses, they're just not being lived in.
And then the ones that would like to have a house can't afford them. So that's the problem as well too, right?
Okay, under advisement, thank you very much. Anything else on Counselor Ware?
No,
Okay, was that a committee report or was that a council?
That was council report.
council report.
You kind of shifted there.
Did a little bit.
Yeah.
Who else wants to check out?
I make a comment,
Thanks, Del.
both, Mayor LaValle and myself and Fire Chief Tom, attended the Hay Lake Cottage Association General Meeting on Sunday. The attendance was low. You can see how numbers are kind of dwindling now when it comes to functions like that. But they started getting a little high tech. And they were using an owl for their meeting as well too, so people that had cottages, they could, from home, they could access because they have no high-speed internet there. That was one of the questions that came up. But anyhow, yeah, it was a good morning. So then the meeting went really well. Fire Chief Tom, he did his presentation on fire safety and EMS. So, yeah, it was good. The other thing I'd like to comment on the storm that we had a week ago Saturday. Our works department worked diligently on the Sunday to make sure that people can come and go and get out. I know Mackenzie Lake for one was pretty heavily damaged in certain areas of it where people had to get a tree service had to come in and get an excavator to get them out. It was on one of the private lanes. So, yeah, there was a lot of damage, tree damage for sure. And there was in Madawaska as well too.
Yeah, we had some residents that, they couldn't exit or enter their property for 3 days. Our staff couldn't clear the road until Hydro cleared their lines, so, you know, it was a process.
Mhm.
It was 3 days. They actually exited through a neighbor's property out onto Holstein Street.
Right across the lawn.
Yeah,
Right. But yeah, so big shout out to the work department and the fire department, because I think they went out on several calls as well, from what I understand.
Yeah, cutting trees or.
Well, trees down on power lines and so on and so forth.
That half a dozen.
Yeah, well, the fire department had to go out to, they had to go cut through to let the ambulance through, was it not? That's what I heard. To get to the people that were trapped in the park. So, but anyhow, big shout out to them.
Anything else, Counselor? Okay, Counselor Rodnick, anything to add from Counselor Cider? No, okay. I just want to say that just that the DSAP office is now closed, and I just wanted to do a thank you to Emily Mansky, who diligently worked there for over 20 years. And so I just wanted to pass on our appreciation to her. And she still has another job that she can do part-time, so. And I understand Angelic is been in and out of the office. I don't know whether they're totally, I have no idea. But the two staff that have been hired, I understand kind of not permanently, but moving in and out. Maybe you have some information on that.
I think they're still setting that, yeah, that's why I think the grand opening's coming up, so.
Yeah, the grand opening is the 11th. Yeah.
So,
The grand opening of the Angelic office is July 11th. I think it was in one of your emails.
yeah, I seen a invite
Yeah.
somewhere.
yeah,
So
1
just
o'clock.
1 o'clock. So just wanted to do that. Just moving along, is there any business arising from the minutes? Any unfinished business? Go ahead, Councilor Grant.
We talked about, in the economic development about, sorry, I'm trying to find on the thing, one of the issues were to look at, or one of the plan was to look at the parking lot, at Madawaska, what do you call that?
The
Trail
mountain,
system.
the mountain,
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
there's a resolution.
yes, we were never asked to do that personally from SEBA. So as the resolution is coming up, just wanted to make that known that we were not asked to do that. And-
Why we,
And if Saba would like us to continue on with investigating, et cetera, that they should at least come forward and ask for township's help.
I'm confused, however, okay. Appreciate that.
Probably warehouse.
I don't believe so. I think it was a general comment around the table that we would look it further into whether or not we could
Not
take
do the
that.
resolution. We can just not do the
The table
resolution.
resolution.
Table it.
Okay,
Okay.
fair
You'd
enough.
like to table
Well, I
it?
don't think we should table that resolution at all.
It-
We were asked in the economic development meeting if we would take a part in.
I don't know if that came from the Saba representative.
Did it not? Okay.
Well, that's kind of, yeah, I agree with that statement. It wasn't from the SADA representative, but it was from a representative on the Economic Development Committee.
Right.
Regarding trails, shows.
I just think that because we are not holding the coffers, that it's not us to, I mean, I guess we can continue on and go through the process, but we don't have the grant money for that.
You know, I thought the resolution was to investigate. Oh,
Yes.
That's what I thought as well too. I thought the whole conversation was about. Was about the township.
What page is the resolution on?
I just have it in my
It's on page 30, I think.
33, yeah.
I just want to review what the resolution says.
If Saba would like our help, I think we need to at least acknowledge that and come forward. I mean, we could go ahead and investigate.
And it's resolution number 25, Joe.
Yeah.
25, sorry. It's
No, it's
the,
not 25.
So
it's the fourth one.
Yeah, actually, there's two of them. Oh, yeah, I see one. 25 is the year. Yeah, it doesn't say that it was proposed by Saba.
My recollection was that it was a proposal from the economic development meeting, but I, with Council Florin would agree. I think we should just table it till we figure it out. I don't know why we want to.
If we don't have the resolution, we're not giving staff any direction to figure it out. I think we have to pass the resolution in order for staff to, it's not committing us to do anything, it's committing us to investigate the
Well-
criteria and requirements.
Well, my suggestion then is we go ahead with the resolution. If we don't like it, council can defeat it. It's the only other thing we can do. It's,
Well, I think that,
well,
And it's pertaining to the maintenance of the burning. Like the maintenance of it. We're not-
that's right. It's not saying we're building it or nothing.
No,
I was gonna say, has it been built?
No, they can't, because they can't get an agreement for somebody to take over responsibility for the maintenance. It's at a roadblock. We have the key to unlock the roadblock. Now we're gonna.
and this resolution, this is all about just the maintenance of the parking lot itself, which is non-existent so far, which, anyhow.
Okay, I just felt that I needed to bring it up,
No,
that it wasn't.
well, I don't understand. Are you, Council Clerk, are you saying you don't want to do this because Saba didn't bring it? Is
No,
that
I'm
what,
just saying that we don't have,
we don't have to wait for Saba to do things. That's my point. Is
no,
that
but
what
it
you're
wasn't Saba that brought it up asking for our help.
Right?
It was the economic development people sitting particularly, in regards to trails. I have no problem with the resolution as saying, go ahead and look to see if we can do, the insurance end of things. but I think we need to reach out to Saba once we've obviously either made that or,
Well, the motion authorizes staff to do exactly that.
yeah, I have no problem with it. I just wanted to bring that up, that it wasn't
In one-
Saba that asked.
So in one way, it's saying
We sort of assumed.
we're requesting a motion for something that doesn't exist.
It's just, I'm sorry, it was just, that was my understanding. Saba
Well,
came to
maybe.
the table asking.
Maybe the motion could have been worded a little bit better.
That's what I mean, it's just kind of, kind of ambiguous.
I think it's table. Defeat it, we either table it or defeat it if you're not in agreement with it.
Well, let's deal with it when it comes up.
Yeah.
We can have a discussion and then decide to table it at that point or
Okay,
have
thanks,
a vote on it.
thanks, Councilor. Okay, those are the two action items, so those are the two, right?
I think I brought both of those forward, so I'll make the motion for the first one, the one about disability.
They're in the motions of council.
Yeah,
They're on the motion of council.
Okay, yeah,
okay, can you wait till we do motions? of
yeah,
council?
absolutely, yeah.
Thank you. On that new business, right? No, actions,
Commissioners.
Hmm.
No, we'll get them with the motion of the council.
Okay, so I'm going to move to motions of council.
Oh, we have to go.
Information,
Oh.
information.
Correspondence, information items. Anyone want to discuss anything out of those?
Regards to the ombudsman, letter, thank you for including it in our package. Are they, Anastasia, contacting us directly? Is that
Yes, they
That's
will
correct,
contact you to set up a meeting.
individually or as
I
a?
believe so. She's already reached out to Mayor LaValle, I believe.
Okay. Move on to motions of council now. Thank you. Okay, so Councilor Florent. Signature,
Find my
First motion.
the first motion on the asset management plan.
Second.
I'll be mover and seconder. Won't wait for council.
Jesus.
Did you want to talk about the Rural Ontario Development Program that you asked? That you received and we have it in there?
But just more, well, we can, it was information that we just got. And then we just have to look at it. I don't think we've had a chance to even look at it, have we? No.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if there's something there that we can go applying for, the opportunity is there for us to reach out and put some money into it. So if somebody's got ideas, we'll certainly have Charlene chase that down.
That's the one that the MPP sent us also, yeah,
Yeah, I think we got the same one. from
Same-
his
same
office
one
as
from-
well, yes.
Billy Knowles' office sent us that too, so, yes. So being looked at, Council Priya, thank you. Okay, you okay, Council Florent?
I'll make the motion for the resolution concerning the asset management financial plan.
Okay, the moved by Council Florent, I need a seconder. Council Pichon,
That the council for the corporation of the township of South Algonquin hereby accepts the asset management financial plan report as presented at the asset management committee meeting held on June 18th, 2025, adopting the alternative scenario, which identifies a total requirement of 5.2% inclusive of estimated growth. And that staff be directed to actively seek grants and other sources of revenue to help mitigate this annualized financial impact. And further, that staff continue to work towards achieving the necessary 7.7% requirement to support the full renewal of municipal assets.
it's been duly moved and seconded, is anyone would like to speak to this? Council, Council Priya, go ahead.
Okay, so your memory, mine is probably going as well. Did we decide that that 5.2 was where we wanted to go from the alternative thing versus the full 7.7?
That was my understanding. Right, Council Horn, is what your understanding?
Yeah, pretty much. I
Yeah.
think we all felt that the 7.7 would be pretty
Too much.
hard to swallow.
That was my
But-
understanding.
5.2 is gonna be a chore as well.
Yeah, it is. Along with all our other things that have to be paid for.
That was my question at the time of the delegation was, did this include our increase in operational?
It included a cost of living assumption in the operational.
Okay,
But yes, I mean, this is a significant impact that we're gonna certainly need to lobby the province
right.
to help mitigate the long-term costs of this. And staff, of course, are gonna continue to look at ways of mitigating this where possible.
Okay, any other questions or comments? I'll call the question, all in favor? Opposed, it's carried. Is the next resolution, your recommendation, Council Florin?
Yes, I brought this forward, so I'll make
Okay.
the motion again.
Removed by Councilor Florin, seconded by Councilor Rodnick.
That the council for the corporation of the township of South Algonquin supports the resolution from the township of Black River Matheson requesting an exemption from the proposed mandatory firefighter certificate requirements under Ontario Regulation 343/22.
It's been duly moved and seconded. Discussion, Councilor Florin.
This motion by the prior resolution by the province has made it exceptionally hard for most rural fire departments to keep up with the standards, with the training. I think right now they're allowing people to receive the training gradually during their career. And the goal is to eventually end up with everybody certified. The problem is all the other things that go with it. With today's workforce, you can't ask somebody to do something that they haven't already been trained for. So it really, really ties the hands of the rural fire departments, and we all have limited budgets. And we can only spend so much money in training, and the province complicated the matter by closing the college, so you can't send a firefighter to the college
No.
anymore.
It was in Great Manure, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was, and I don't think it's that all the fire departments, they want to get their firefighters certified. It's not that they don't want to have them certified. They just want the province to step back with their requirements on it to make it a little bit easier. I'm absolutely certain every fire department in the province wants their firefighters to be certified.
Right. Any other comments? Okay, I don't see any. I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed? It's carried. Next resolution with respect to the resolution of Prince Edward County. Was that yours, Councilor Ford?
It was. I think I'm the only one that ever brings these resolutions for
Well, I
support.
read them. I'm waiting for you to come back with your.
I think it was for Joe answer that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll make this motion as well.
It's been duly moved by Councilor Ford, seconded by Councilor Kuyak.
The council for the corporation of the township of South Algonquin supports the resolution from Prince Edward County requesting advocacy to the federal government in support of the Disability Without Poverty initiative.
Been duly moved and seconded. Discussion.
This one is a little close to my heart because I have a grandchild that has a disability that's very limited in what they can do. And with the amount of benefit that a patient now, or a person, not a patient, gets on disability, they can't house themselves and feed themselves at the same time. So they're absolutely in poverty. The hope of ever having them out of poverty is, I can't see it happening, but there has to be something done. It can't go on the way it is.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Calling the question, all in favor? Opposed, it's carried. And the next one is with respect to, Bear Mountain Hiking Trail. Do I have a mover and a seconder?
I'll move that one as well.
Council Florin, Council Pizza.
The council for the corporation of the township of South Algonquin authorized staff to investigate the criteria and requirements involved for the township to assume responsibility for the maintenance of the parking lot at Bear Mountain Hiking Trail as recommended at the Economic Development Committee meeting held on June the 18th, 2025.
Okay, can we have some discussion then?
Can I start that one too?
Go ahead, Council Florin.
Saba received a grant that included developing a parking area for this hiking trail. They ran into problems because Saba itself doesn't have the means to do the maintenance and the snow plowing and after it's built. And they can't enter a contract. I'm not sure now, I think it's Ministry of Transportation that owns that land without having an entity like a township to take on the responsibility after it's built. On the South Algonquin Politics page, they've changed their kind of a mandate. And they want to enter into a period of cooperation. I think we should take them at their word. I think this parking lot is a necessity. If you drive down there almost any day of the week, at any time of the day, there's people parked on the side of the road right now. It's hazardous with them parked on the side of the road, even though it's not our responsibility, it's MTO. But I think it would be a good asset for our township to have that parking lot, especially if somebody else is gonna pay to build it. It would be, the maintenance would certainly cost the township a little bit of money for the snow plowing. I think it would be a negligible amount of money. Like all parking lots, like our primary concern is to have the roads. I see it as something that you would do on the second day after a snowfall. You know, when you're cleaning up. It could be done with a small truck. It doesn't have to be done with a tandem truck. I just feel that maybe we should meet Saba halfway. You know, they're gonna build it. Let's take on the responsibility of making sure people can use it.
Thanks, Council Florin. Council Graham, did you?
Oh, no, I agree. I think it's our earlier discussion, I just wanted it to be noted that I don't think Saba was the person, Barney, that brought that up. And therefore, if we go ahead and do all of this, we will have to reach out to, obviously, let Saba know.
Council Pizza, thanks, Council Quia, Council Pizza.
Because now we've got this motion at this table, now we can proceed. This is the process. So now that we've all come to an agreement on this, we went from committee level to council. And now that we're at this level now, this is when the discussion starts with Sal.
Council Rodney?
And basically, we're just rereading this again, criteria, well, that's what we're asking staff to investigate this. This isn't really committing us to anything. I mean, depending on what it reveals, that it may be too much liability risk for us or something, just for example.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it's doing, so.
So and it would be a waste for that grant money to disappear,
Yeah.
because I'm sure there's a time limit on it, so. So now that we're at this point, the discussion should begin. Right.
And Council Sidon, anything?
Just remind me where that location is again?
It's about a kilometer on this side of the Spectacle Lake turn. There's a public trail there. It has a civic address.
Yeah.
It's a hiking trail, goes up, they call it Bear Mountain hiking trail. It goes, there's a very scenic look of it up there. As scenic as any of the ones in Algonquin Park.
And the other, you'll see in the winter, a lot of people park there. I do believe they fish back in. Could be.
Well, there are a few lakes up in there. But there is some people, the people that fish there access it through Spectacle Lake Road as well. There's a trail system goes around there, but it's primarily a dead end hiking trail. And I see a lot of people that they do geocaching. That's one of their sites as well.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I don't see any discussion. I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed? It's carried. Thank you. Okay, the next resolution is about, with regard to the maintenance of the cenotaph in Madawaska. As recommended by the Asset Management Committee meeting. Council Ford, are you moving this one?
I guess so.
Council Ford, seconded by Council Pigeon.
The Council for the Corporation of the Township of South Algonquin authorized staff to investigate the criteria and requirements involved for the township to assume responsibility for the maintenance of the cenotaph in Madawaska as recommended at the Asset Management Committee meeting held on June the 18th, 2025.
It's been duly moved and seconded. Discussion, Councillor Floyd and then Council Pigeon. Sorry.
I had a site meeting there with Brian Martin. So he understands the area that's involved. I would say it's like, probably an acre of land. It's, triangle shaped. It's wider at the cenotaph end and then it tapers down to nothing at the other end. It's between the highway and the cemeteries. Right now, it's being maintained by the caretaker for the Catholic cemetery. But they're finding it difficult. And even though it is on the Catholic church property, it's not a Catholic church thing. It's a township cenotaph. Anyway, again, it's going to add a little bit of time. I don't know how much. I don't cut the grass with the township. I don't keep track of how long it takes them to do anything, but I would say less than an hour.
They do.
That's it.
Council Pigeon.
When I found out about this initially, when we began the discussion on that, I thought it was the township that was maintaining the cenotaph. Because that cenotaph represents all the members of this community that were active service people. So I just under the assumption that it was maintained by the township, and so this motion for me is a no-brainer, and yeah, I highly endorse it for sure.
Okay. Anyone else? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed? It's carried. Thank you very much.
One thing this motion doesn't say is when we would take over the responsibility.
Oh, there's no time on it. When is the other person want to be finished?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
We'll take a look at time and cost and bring it back, and
Yeah.
then council can
I would suggest
reaching out to them.
that we leave it the way it is for the balance of this year and then assume responsibility in 2026.
Okay.
Okay,
It
Good,
seemed like,
friendly recommendation.
yeah, it seems
Good.
Good start.
Is everyone okay with that? Just doing a friendly recommendation?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
so noted.
Okay, the next one is kind of a longer one, but we're trying to capture everything we needed here, so I'm gonna ask for a mover and a seconder. On the speed limit. Council Kuya, Council Sidon.
Whereas the Ministry of Transportation follows a set criteria established by the Transportation Association of Canada. And whereas Highway 60 runs through the villages of Whitney and Madawaska, does not currently meet the criteria for speed reduction. And whereas the Council for the Corporation of the Township of South Algonquin has concerns regarding vehicle speed and increased transport and vehicle traffic particularly during the summer and fall seasons and during road closures on Highway 17. And whereas approximately 1/3 of visitors to Algonquin Park travel through the township via the Highway 60 corridor. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council for the Corporation of the Township of South Algonquin strongly advocates for the Ministry of Transportation to install radar speed signs in the villages of Whitney and Madawaska, and further, that the Ministry of Transportation reconsider a reduction to the speed limit through the villages of Whitney and Madawaska, and further, that this resolution be forwarded to the Honorable Paramed Sarkaria, Minister of Transportation, and Billy Deneau, MPP, Parenter Nipissing Pembroke, for their support and action.
Thank you. It's been duly moved and seconded. Can we have any discussion? Anyone want to add to this? Councillor
Good.
Clark?
It's interesting that the closure of Highway 17 is included in this motion because it happened just last weekend. And the traffic through here on Sunday and Monday was
Mhm.
3 times what it normally is.
Anytime that stretch of highway on 17 is closed, you can
This is-
see the traffic.
This is the alternative. There is no other.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. That's why it was put in, Councillor Clark.
Yes, I also noticed that sometimes, trucks with wide loads seem to be diverted to Highway 60. Apparently, there's someplace near Mattawa that they can't get through.
Right in town.
I noticed that there's an increase in those.
Yeah, quite a bit. I see them increasing. I don't know where they're coming from, don't know where they're going, but combine that with the construction on Highway 60 right now, it makes it pretty difficult.
Yeah. Did you want to add that as a friendly amendment though to the resolution or just leave it?
No, I think the resolution pretty well touches on everything.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion on this? See none, call a question, all in favor? Opposed, it's carried. Thank you very, very much, everyone. That concludes our bylaws, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
We're moving on to our bylaws. We have 2 bylaws today. I'll ask for a mover and a seconder for bylaw 841 and bylaw 842.
I'll make that motion.
Councillor Floyd, Councillor Rodney.
That bylaw 2025-841 to set rates of remuneration and expenses for council members. Bylaw 2025-842 to confirm the proceedings of council be read a first time and be deemed read a second time.
It's been duly moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, I'll call question. All in favor? Opposed? It's carried. I need to have this read a third time and passed. Just mover and a seconder, please.
I'll move.
Council Sidoff. Councillor
Second.
Florent.
That bylaw 2025-841 to set rates of remuneration and expenses for council members. And bylaw 2025-842 to confirm the proceedings of council be read a third time and passed.
Been duly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? It's carried. Okay, those are the bylaws. We don't have any closed session today. I will ask for a mover for adjournment. Councillor Rodney. Councillor Floyd.
Sure.
The council for the corporation of the township of South Algonquin adjourns the regular council meeting of July the 2nd, 2025 at 9:56 a.m.
It's been duly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the motion to adjourn?
I don't think there can be
No,
discussion on motions to adjourn.
or you can say you don't want to. All in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Thank you very, very much, everyone. Thank you, Taya. I know that you